Hello everyone, my name is Deepika Prasad Gajeli. I am from the Sri Women's College of Engineering. Today I am here to tell you about the interculture communication. So we will see the introduction. Interculture communication refers to interaction between the people from the different cultures, backgrounds, language and the beliefs. It focuses on how culture differences impact the communication. For example, an Indian student interacting with a Japanese student must understand the differences in the eye contact, tone, and the politeness. Next one was the need of the intercultural communication. First, in personal needs helps the individual adjust and socialize with the diverse group. Next one is to interact successfully in the global world. For example, working in the multinational company requires the understanding diverse co-workers. Next, to reduce misunderstanding between cultures, avoid the gesture that may be offensive in another country, to promote cooperation and the teamwork, students from the different cultures coordinating in the group project. Next, to build healthy relationship across the culture, tourist communication respectively with the local people. Next one is the better relationship. Because of the intercultural communication, it builds the trust and the understanding across the cultures. Next one was the importance of the intercultural communication. It improves the global understanding and enhances the business relationship, develops tolerance and the respect, promotes the effective teamwork. For example, diverse employees reaching decision faster with the clear communication, strength social harmony, people from different states in India interacting peacefully with the culture awareness, and the many more. Next one was the elements of the intercultural communication. First one was the verbal communication. Verbal communication means it includes the language, pronunciation, and the tone how you are speaking. Next one is the non-verbal communication like a gesture, facial expression, and the posture. For example, the namaste in India versus the bowing in Japan. Next one is the symbols, signs, flags, and colors with a cultural meaning. Cultural values, beliefs, tradition, and social norms. For example, the Western culture encourages the direct communication. In Asian culture, prefers the indirect style like this. Next one was the non-verbal communication across the culture. First one was the body language, the different messages in a different country. Eye contact. Eye contact means it reflects some cultures rude in another. Level of eye contact is different. For example, direct eye contact in confidence is confidence in a USA, but disrespectful in a Japan. Next one was the touch. Touch is an acceptable touching differ. In Latin culture, hug. Japanese culture avoids the touching. Next one was the silence. Silence means different things. In Japan, silence is equals to politeness, but in USA, silence is considered as a confusion. Next one was the barriers to the intercultural communication. First one is the language barrier. Language barrier means difficulty to understand the slangs and the accents. Next, stereotype means general opinions about the cultures. Example, assuming all Westerns are the informal. Next one was the culture differences. Direct communication style clashing with the indirect style. Emotional barrier. Emotional barrier means distress or the homesickness affecting the communication. Physical barrier. Noise making it hard to understand the accents. And the many more barriers are there for the intercultural communication. Next one was what is the difference between the high context versus low context culture? The high context culture means the communication is indirect and relies on the context relationship and the non-verbal cues. Countries like Japan, India, and China and the Arab countries are use the high context culture. For example, instead of saying no, a Japan person may say, I will try to be polite. Next one was the low context culture. Low context culture means direct and clear communication was there and more verbal explanation. Countries like USA, German, Canada, and UK are use the low context culture. For example, in America, might say not no, I cannot do this clearly without the hesitations. Next one, how to manage the interpersonal communication. First, develop culture awareness. Respect the culture differences. Learn the cultural differences. Understand greeting styles of different cultures. Be patient and respectful. For example, giving time to someone who speaks slowly. And use simple language. Avoid slangs when speaking with the foreigners. Clarify the misunderstanding. For example, ask, "Do you mean this?" before assuming. Are many more way to manage the intercultural communication, like stay open minded, improve the interpersonal skills like this. Next one was the intercultural communication in business. What intercultural communication in business is that used in a meetings, email, presentation, and negotiation helps in dealing with the foreign clients effectively, that makes you avoid the cultural mistake in market and the customer service, build strong global partnership, and support teamwork in the multinational companies. Next, advantage of the intercultural communication. First one is it builds the global relationship. Means, for example, student making international friendships like this. Next one is reduce conflicts. Multinational employees understand each other's values, improves teamwork, diverse team being more creative and the productive, boost personal development, becoming more confident and open-minded, support international business, companies expanding globally due to the culture understanding, stronger brand image internationally. These are the advantage of good intercultural communication. And conclusion is that the intercultural communication is essential in the globalized world. It helps in building trust, respect, and understanding, reduce the misunderstanding, and improves the cooperation. Thank you.